We are starting Unit 1, Week 3. Our theme for this week is Seeing for Yourself. The three stories is A Life in the Woods, Camping with the President, and A Walk with Teddy. Your study skills, our genre is going to be narrative nonfiction. Cause and effect will be our comprehension skill. Comprehension strategy is questions, and our vocabulary strategy is homographs. This week, you'll be able to build background knowledge on experiencing nature, recognize the characteristics and text features of narrative nonfiction, listen for a purpose, and pronounce and define weekly reading vocabulary words. Our essential question this week is, how can experiencing nature change the way you think of things? Think about it. We're going to watch our weekly video.
Seeing for yourself. How can experiencing nature change the way you think about it? When has nature amazed you? Visitors to Niagara Falls see the awesome power and beauty of one of nature's wonders. Have you walked in a rainforest? Gazing up at the magnificent trees makes you realize how truly enormous they are. Some places offer other surprises. Here at these geyser flats, there is always more to nature than first meets the eye. What can you discover from experiencing nature firsthand?
Okay, like I said, our essential question is, how can experiencing nature change the way you think about it? Let's listen to Close Encounters.
Close Encounters. What have you discovered in nature that was like nothing you had seen before? You don't have to be a naturalist to have an amazing encounter with the great outdoors. Many natural wonders are underground. Caves like this one display formations that may change the way you see rocks. Above ground, you can find surprises while hiking among the trees. California redwoods, for example, can grow to be over 320 feet tall. That's taller than the Statue of Liberty.
In this reading, it talks about a naturalist. A naturalist is someone who studies nature, often discovers surprising natural formations and unusual animal and plant life. So naturalists can learn much from these encounters or unplanned and often unexpected meetings with nature. So the photograph right here of the climber, focus on how the climber reacts to his encounter with nature. So the climber moves in closer, steadying himself with a walking stick. The climber looks up and is curious about and then awed by what he sees. The climber pays careful attention to his surroundings as well. Our genre this week is narrative nonfiction. A narrative nonfiction is a selection about real people, things, animals, or events. These selections are told by a narrator and followed a sequence. So it uses story structures to tell about real people, things, or events, usually describes events in order in which they happen, and is written using information from primary or secondary sources. Ask and answer questions are our comprehension strategy. So good readers ask questions as they begin a text and try to find the answers. The questions often begin with what, how, and why. So as you read, you need to come up with new questions and try to answer them. And if you cannot answer the questions you come up with, then you will need to reread the selection. Our comprehension skill this week is cause and effect. So when one event causes another to happen, the cause is the why it happened, and the effect is what happened. So to explain how and why things happen, authors may organize information to show cause and effect. So a cause is an event or action that makes something happen. Any effect is what happens as a result of that cause. So to identify cause and effect relationships, you need to look for signal words and phrases such as because, so, and as a result. Our vocabulary words this week are debris, emphasis, encounter, generations, indicated, naturalist, sheer, and spectacular. I'm going to read the vocabulary word, say the definition, and read the word in a sentence. So the first word is debris, which means the scattered remains of something. The science class picked up debris that had washed up on the beach. Emphasis. To use special force or stress when saying a particular word or syllable. When Elena said shh, she put her finger to her lips for emphasis. Encounter. An unexpected meeting. During a hike, you might have an encounter with a butterfly. Generations. Family members who all have a common family ancestor, such as a son, father, and grandfather. My grandma has a pie recipe that has been in my family for generations. Indicated. Showed a sign. So the thermometer indicated that it was hot outside. Naturalist. A person who specializes in the study of things in nature, especially animals and plants. The naturalist told us about many of the plants and animals she studied. Sheer, which is a steep. When we looked up at the sheer rock, we knew it would be impossible to climb. Spectacular. Very unusual and impressive. So the mountaintop provides spectacular views. Tomorrow, your assignment will be to read A Life in the Woods. Remember, when you read it, you need to remember the essential question: how can experience nature change the way you think about it? So you're going to read about how Thoreau's stay in the woods changed his view of nature. To get to the story, you'll go to your Google Classroom classwork, and you'll see Unit 1, Week 3, week of September 8th through the 15th. You'll click on A Life in the Woods story. Click on this and it'll bring you to your login. You'll just need to sign in and it'll bring you to your story. And you'll read the story. Then you'll have to do the worksheet, A Life in the Wood worksheet. You'll have to list 2 details from the text that show you this story is narrative nonfiction. So you'll have to go back to the text to find 2 details that show you it's narrative nonfiction. Then you need to answer the cause and effect. What kind of place is Thoreau's family house? You'll have to refer back to the text to answer all these questions. Now, a part of your assignment today is to write in your interactive notebook. So you need to go to each notebook. So your vocabulary notebook, you'll have to click on it and you'll have to type in the vocabulary words. To see what vocabulary words you need, you'll have to go to Unit 1, Week 3 vocabulary words. Click on it. It'll bring you to your Wonders page, so you'll need to sign in. And you'll click on the word debris, you'll go to routine, and the definition is right here. So you'll type in the definition in your interactive notebook. You have to do that for comprehension, skill, and strategy and genre, which are right here. You'll just pull it up and type in this first paragraph there. If you have any questions, you need to email me. Look here, September 8th through 11th, for your daily assignments. So today it says click on the stream for the video. You need to complete vocab, comprehension, skills and strategy, and genre and interactive notebook. Please get your missing work done from Unit 1, Week 1 and 2. Tomorrow, Wednesday, you're going to read the story Life in the Words and complete the worksheet. Thursday, you're going to read the story Camping with the President, which you'll find that in your work right here, Camping with the President, you're going to complete the worksheet as well. Remember, you have a weekly packet that is due. That won't be due till next week, the 15th. Like I said, if you have questions, please email me.